Hundreds of thousands of Christians are being slaughtered in Nigeria right now. 18,000 churches have been burned down in the past year. CBC, CTV, the woke ideological news media will mention nothing about it because it doesn't fit their worldview. The number of people who've been killed in Gaza pales in comparison to the Christians being slaughtered all over the world by Muslim extremists. In Canada, do we hear about it at all? No, you never hear about that on the news. The 300 churches that have been burned in Canada in the past 3 years alone, a 300% increase. Do you hear about that at all from the Canadian propagandistic news media, from CTV, CBC? No, absolutely not. When a Conservative minister brings it up in the House of Commons last week, I kid you not, Liberal ministers laughed when he started mentioning church burnings. Everybody saw the left's reaction when Charlie Kirk was assassinated a couple of weeks ago. Extremists, NDP minister Nahani Fontaine stated that it was good. U of T professor said that it was too good for him, for a fascist to be shot in the neck. Many liberals snickered at it. Wake up, conservatives. If you are a Christian, if you are a right-thinking traditional person, this is what they think of you. We see in this country now daily protests, our streets getting shut down literally every single day by masked Muslim mobs screaming the most vile things you've ever heard in our life, shutting our streets down, rolling fake body bags out on the ground, fake blood on their hands, covering their faces like cowards. You can only see the slits of your eyes. By the way, in Canada now, the amount of fully covered women is shocking. It's as though you're walking around in the Middle East due to our insane immigration policies. These people shut our civilization down when, if you look at the actual numbers worldwide, not what the propagandistic Canadian media tells you, Christians are getting slaughtered in much larger numbers than any Muslims are being slaughtered by Muslims. It's a fact. It's a straight up fact. Even in the Middle East, all these countries coming together in support of so-called Palestine, there are hundreds of thousands of Muslims killing one another in the Middle East, much larger numbers than what's going on in the conflict between Israel and Palestine. But you never hear about that. The woke ideologues, all that they ever mention are Judeo-Christian killings. It's so sick what's going on. The Crusades, 7 to 11 AD, they were defending themselves against Muslim invaders. We have such an inverted worldview. This woke ideology is going to be the end of Canada unless we wake up. And you woke ideologues, you morons who walk around with your gays for Gaza posters and your trans flags, do you know what would happen to you if you showed up in Palestine with that stuff? You get thrown off a goddamn building, you idiots. It's a minimum 10-year prison sentence in Palestine if a man is caught sleeping with another man. A woman is not allowed to leave her house without a male escort. If you blaspheme against the law, you are literally sentenced to death, you idiots. And the woke ideologues insist on continuing to allow hundreds of thousands of people from this area of the world into our country every year. Our ancestors fought tooth and nail to keep invaders out, and now the woke ideologues just want to welcome them in, open the floodgates. Demographics are destiny. We are set to be minority in the House of Commons, minority white in the next 25 years if the demographic trends continue. If we don't stop this right now, Canada as we know and love it is going to cease to exist. We need to open our eyes up and not only say no to any more immigration, we need remigration. This is literally an unprecedented invasion of Canada. For 35% of our country's entire population to have come in the past 11 years, 26.5% of Canadians are now first-generation immigrants. Over 50% are first or second-generation immigrants. Don't give me this ridiculous argument, oh, we're a nation of immigrants. It's much different what's going on right now. Back then, when it was the Irish coming over, they were not from totally alien cultures. These civilizations in the Middle East, what the woke ideologues won't tell you is that their view is 100% at odds with our Western values. You think that they value freedom of speech, freedom of expression in Afghanistan, in Palestine? You think that women are treated as equals in this country? Absolutely not. And the craziest thing is it's the far left liberals who leading these people in, whose worldview is completely opposed to them. It just goes to show they have these far lefties in Canada, in the US, these communists have shit for brains, and what they are is actually anti-West. They are self-hating people who think that the West is evil. The capitalist system is evil, despite the fact that these capitalist systems have created the greatest prosperity that the world has ever known. They think it's evil. That's why there's this alliance between the far left crazies and the jihadis, because where they come together is they are both anti-West. They want to see the destruction of Canada, of the UK, of the United States of America. They are 100% on board in their agreement. First, we will destroy the West, and then it's going to get really ugly for the lefties in Canada. I can tell you that much, because if you think that you're going to be able to fly your pride flag once Canada is 40% Muslim, I'm sad to tell you that's not going to be the case, you morons. But they don't have the ability to think that far in the future. They just want to see the destruction of the West. So everybody who knows, who sees exactly what it is that's happening in this country has to unite. We have to put our differences aside. If you are a logical, proud Canadian, maybe of ancestors who fought for this country, Vimy Ridge, World War II, we need to unite against this liberal insanity. There's no other way to define what's going on. We are planning on allowing another 1.5 million people in the country in 2025. This is civilizational suicide, sponsored by WF Davos puppets like Mark Carney, who cheerlead the destruction of this country so that his buddies at the trillion-dollar asset management company, Brookfield Asset Management, can continue to make billions of dollars while they destroy the culture in this country that our ancestors fought for. We need to unite as a Canadian people to defend this country, because if we have another even 2-3 years of this type of level of immigration, this country is going to be done for. It's already radically transformed. We need to fight right now. If you visit my store, link in the bio, you can grab gear to support the cause. And also please sign up for the newsletter. And I'm going to put a Discord server in there, Discord server and a newsletter, because we need to start communicating and organizing as Canadians. We need to start getting better organized and figure out how we are going to fight this communist revolution that will be the end of Canada. So please sign up for the Discord, the email newsletter, like, share, subscribe, join, become a member if you'd like to support my work. It takes a lot of effort to get all these videos out. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you're following YouTube, youtube.com/@FightForCanada2025. Patriotic Canadians need to unite to take this country back. It's going to take a lot of strategizing, a lot of working together. We can do it, but we're going to need to organize.